Hey everybody, welcome to the Lesser States of Discord, the show that I'm currently using to let me know when my ribs are ready. I'm Jables, with me as always Rimshee and Sarah's watching. How's that?
I think there's some ribs in the refrigerator, actually.
Yeah, I have my oven set to warm so it doesn't cook them anymore, but it just sort of brings them up to a good nice temp. I got some leftover ribs from the barbecue this weekend.
Ah.
I'm excited.
Oh, I just realized my wife's birthday is actually on Sunday this time.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yes. Very happy birthday, Cindy.
Yeah, no, I knew her birthday was coming up. Don't worry, she reminded me. But I knew her birthday was coming up, but I didn't realize it was going to be on Sunday, so when I found out we were heading over to her parents' house on Sunday, I'm like, okay, cool. Huh? I knew it's been coming up since we started dating. I just didn't realize it was going to be on Sunday until just now.
She has the same birthday as one of my cousins.
She has the same birthday as a bunch of people in the world, but I don't know or care about them. I care about her.
Well, fine.
Yeah. Looks like we got a skull.
It's one of my cool cousins, if that makes you feel any better. Jeez.
We got a skull. We got a Dina.
Is it one that I know?
No.
No? Okay, then I whatever.
Nah, his birthday's in a week.
I noticed that the episode number and title hasn't changed again.
Yeah,
it did.
Still says no news is Blue Clues on my screen.
I'm seeing nothing. Number 220.
Yep.
Huh. Strange. Maybe if I do a refresh.
Yeah, maybe if you do. Instead of trying to call me out.
Oh, it's working.
So, everybody in the chat,
get in the fucking trailer for Nope.
I found the best fireworks, I think. Possibly the most fun, anyways. They're called Red Snappers through the company TNT, and they're fuseless firecrackers. You throw them like poppets, but they're fucking firecrackers. It's awesome. Just as loud, just as much of a flash. Just as dangerous, but you throw them.
Skull. I don't really have the time to explain Star Trek. I really don't. Also, I haven't had an opportunity to watch the Star Trek series all the way through in a while. Jables has been talking about setting up movie night stuff to sit through and watch TNG, which we probably should do that. That would be a good time.
I'm always down for TNG.
But if you want to learn about Star Trek, and it's going to sound weird, I told the same thing to Pav. Steve Shives.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds to some of you out there,
I don't agree with the man on anything, pretty much. But he knows his fucking
speaking.
Star Trek. I agree with his love of Star Trek. That's about it.
If you want in-depth videos on what Star Trek is, Steve's your guy.
Yep.
Honestly, I even disagree with some of his stuff on Star Trek, but he doesn't come across as his usual self. He comes across as someone who is deeply passionate about the subject matter and actually knows what he's talking about. Yeah, sometimes he brings his politics into it.
I can explain Star Trek fairly simply. It's a science mission through space. Don't interfere. Just learning about stuff.
Until you get to Deep Space Nine.
That's a different segment of the Federation.
Well, I'd say, like, Deep Space Nine is probably my personal favorite, and I thought it was important in the Star Trek, like, show.
Universe.
Yeah. Because basically Deep Space Nine did what the other Star Treks didn't or weren't willing to, because Gene Roddenberry never really wanted to go into that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Deep Space Nine is just like, yeah, the goals of the Federation are ultimately pure, they're ultimately like well-intentioned, but when you have something that's as big as the Federation, there's shit that you have to do to keep that going, and sometimes it's not all that great.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, sometimes you have individuals within that grouping that aren't as savory.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten into Deep Space Nine. It scares me.
You really should.
Yeah.
As I've said before, like...
I've only watched TNG through about 15 times, so...
Like, I still say that, oh, what the hell is the episode called? I think it's called In the Pale Moonlight. That particular episode is one of the best episodes of television ever filmed.
Oh, by the way, let's do a check. Everybody go look up Steve Shives on Twitter. See if you're blocked.
Yeah, that was a thing for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody go check. My mom's not blocked by him yet, so that's cool.
So, I just got good news.
You're not blocked by Steve Shives?
Oh no, I've never been blocked by Steve Shives on
that's right.
YouTube.
No, Twitter.
Oh no, but I did just get good news. I had to bring my truck to the shop because, for those of you who know cars, you're gonna know what this is. My freeze plug in my engine, one of them decided to rust out. And, I got away with only replacing 2 of them.
Did you try telling it not to?
I've tried telling it not to for a couple of years now.
Alright.
But no,
Wow.
I got away with the 2 cheapest ones to replace. And my truck is back up and running. I can go pick it up on Monday.
Time out, everybody. Both YGK&W and Biotech Babe are not blocked. Oh, okay. Parody account. I'd have to look it up. Oh, wait. I can't. I'm blocked. Yeah. Dina's not... Okay, hold on. Rimshee, could you make sure... Could you look up Steve Shive's actual account?
I don't know which one it is.
I thought he was verified.
Is he even still on Twitter?
That is a better question.
Because...
This is also a 5 years old joke.
I was going to say, like, Steve, like, he does seem like the type that would have bailed after the buyout.
Steve Shives. Steve Shives. Steve Shives. Minecraft Steve Shives. Steve Shives is my dad.
Yeah. Steve Shives.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
think that meme's run its course based on all the parody accounts.
You can find... As I said, you can find Steve on YouTube. Don't watch any of his political shit. It's trash. But his Star Trek content's great. Unironically.
Yeah.
I'm blocked! It is at Steve _Shives.
Since
I'm
when?
probably
Bob?
blocked
you're
because I
blocked now?
followed. Huh?
You're blocked now?
This is the first time I've ever actually checked.
Yeah, I'm totally blocked. Alright, I'll drop a link for everybody in the chat. Everybody go check it out, see if you're blocked.
Because
Steve used to be cool, and then he wasn't. He just
yeah.
I don't.
I think his wife had a lot to do with it, but
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think he's a little embarrassed about his past. I don't think he's done anything that's necessarily bad. But
I would agree. He hasn't done anything necessarily bad. He's
he was a fucking asshole. But...
Oh, he was a dick. He was very disagreeable, but he never brought this into actual action.
yeah, yeah, it's no. I'm talking about like you know how a lot of male feminists and it ends up coming out that they were sexual assaulters and whatnot.
Yeah, he never did anything like that.
No.
In fact, his wife cheated on him and then divorced his ass.
Huh. So
there's that.
Yeah. That is in fact a thing.
I mean, you can feel like he didn't deserve it, and I actually would agree. He did not deserve that.
No, I'm talking about what Pav brought up.
Oh yeah, it's not really worth following him.
No, that Elon is bailing on Twitter.
Where did Pav bring that up?
442.
And I guess Twitter is planning to sue over it.
Is Elon trying to bankrupt Twitter? Is that what's happening right now?
I doubt it,
It really
but
looks
I
like
want
Is he
that
doing-
to be the
is he
case.
doing a long con to bankrupt Twitter?
I mean, frankly, at this point, like, if he does end up destroying that company, I think the world is better for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's what
That and the fact that, like, we've heard recently that, like, apparently Facebook is also hemorrhaging fucking money.
Yeah, that's more of a
Over
meta
censorship.
problem. Yeah, they're getting fined for like FTC violations and stuff.
Finally.
I mean, I'd love to see both of them collapse.
Yeah, Elon.
I think that'd be great.
Elon
Yeah.
pulled out of the deal to buy Twitter today. That's when that happened. I haven't looked it up. I haven't read anything about it. I just saw a bunch of people talking about it.
I'm looking forward to that spicy meme conversation in all of the LawTube area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
enjoying the spice from the better of the two major decisions from 2 weeks ago.
Yep. But we won't talk about that here.
Exactly. You decide which one's the better one.
Type it in chat though. I'm curious.
You know which one. You should. Which one am I more passionate about?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Now he catches up.
I was like, it's like what's he? Cause it's all been drowned out by the other one. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like, oh yeah,
It's like, yeah, that happened too.
the freedom one.
Freedom!
Yeah, I forgot that most people don't even remember that happened because of the YouTube channels I watch very much focus on it.
Yeah, I remember a bunch of New York comedians talking about it. You're just gonna have a bunch of people trapped underground with those things. Which still applies to both the decisions. Alright. Anyways, let's talk Harry Potter, guys.
Do we have to?
Talk about your wizard shit.
I have to pull it up. I think I gotta figure out which one it was.
I posted it in March.
Oh, it had to be a repost.
Huh?
Nothing. Ignore me like usual.
Didn't have to be a repost. That's just where I post articles that we're going to talk about. This is I'm only bringing this up because I want to have more of a conversation about reboots in general.
All right, go for it.
It doesn't necessarily have to be this. Harry Potter reboot more likely than ever as Wizarding World support collapses. Essentially, new movies are doing bad.
Oh yeah,
because they are bad.
Secrets of Dumbledore ate shit at the box office.
I need it ate shit at the box office. I don't know anybody that's actually liking it. There's one like Harry Potter theory channel that's like digging deep to be like, maybe it means this. Maybe this is what's actually going on. I don't fucking know. I have to watch it still.
Yeah, and like now one of the major stars of the Fantastic Beasts films is probably in a lot of legal trouble.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Oh! What was he?
He's one of the main characters.
Possibly the most important character other than Dumbledore. And
in the new movie?
Grindelwald. Yeah. Yeah, he was the Obscurial in the first one.
Oh. Well, was he arrested, or is he still on the loose with his kidnappee?
What?
I don't think he's been brought in yet.
I haven't seen the Secrets of Dumbledore yet, so.
Yeah,
Basically,
I don't
like,
care enough to go see it.
They were trying
right now, so.
The court was trying to serve him with basically a protection order.
You mean in real life? I thought you were talking about his character.
No, like in real life, like
no,
like
I
the
think
court
he's on the run.
Yeah, the court tried to serve him papers for a protection order, and he just fucking
And
bailed.
He kidnapped a 16-year-old.
Cause that doesn't say guilty at all.
Yeah.
Oh
Ezra
man,
might be going to prison.
I just typed in Ezra Miller. The first article that comes up is Ezra Miller's accuser list keeps growing.
Oh no.
Elliot Page
That's a
to
good
replace
sign.
Ezra Miller for the Flash.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah, his career's over. He's done.
Who was it that got accused of sexual assault and then came out as gay as a distraction?
That was. I had the name before you said the funny part of it.
Kevin Spacey?
Yes.
Kevin Spacey. Is that Ezra Miller's fucking mentor?
There's a lot of similarities. Only Ezra's more insane.
Oh,
Like I said,
yeah.
mentor.
No, Kevin Spacey's a good actor.
Yeah, Ezra's not. Not really. Also, he's a fucking weirdo. An aggressive, violent weirdo at that.
What's this one?
You know what?
This is one from 2 weeks ago. Ezra Miller reportedly housing mom and 3 kids at farm with weed and guns lying around.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. I will take the high road, and I hope the best for Ezra Miller. I hope he gets all the restorative justice while in prison. And, yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, if he's been replaced on The Flash, which was his main claim to fame,
No,
he's done.
Elliot Page fans are saying that they should replace him with Elliot Page.
They're probably going to have to replace him regardless. Like, Warner Brothers cannot afford to keep fucking around with this dude, especially as all this keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
Like, the DCEU is already in fucking shambles.
They tried to rush it. That was their fucking problem.
I know they did. You know, they tried to bring off the whole Justice League thing way too fucking quickly.
Yeah.
Take your time.
They tried to go
Slow
full
build.
Avengers with only 3 movies in.
Like, their second ever movie that they did was Superman, and they did the fucking Death of Superman storyline. It's like, you can't do that!
Yeah. Yeah. So, the DCEU, totally reboot that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, just
there are
fucking
certain
start
modern
over.
movies, yeah, reboot. But for the most part, like, Harry Potter's 20 years old! It's 20 years old since the first movie was released.
Yes, the very first movie. So, chill out. Daniel Radcliffe doesn't even have gray hair yet.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, is like, you know, people are like, oh, like, well, the Fantastic Beasts movies, like, well, they're not doing so well. It's like, well, maybe because they have no relevance, really? Like, they're not based on any books. They're basically purely invented as prequels to the movies.
Well, no, they are based on a series of events that have been brought
canonized
up in the books and stuff. Yeah, they're based on
but like the majority
there are
of the
canonized events that have happened that they're based on.
The majority of the characters, though, were made up for the film. Yeah, like,
Not
we knew about
Grindelwald.
we knew about Grindelwald. We knew all about him and how he was defeated by Dumbledore, and that's how Dumbledore got the Elder Wand.
Newt Scamander's canon.
But like I said, you know, like, I just kind of think that the peak of the Harry Potter fandom passed a few years back.
It's still really strong. In reality, it's
not when it comes to the film.
The peak.
Not when it comes to the films. And the thing is, I went through this whole like video that was based on copyright, and pretty much the whole video was about J.K. Rowling, you're rich enough, leave it alone, let us take over. You don't even remember your own canon. So stop.
Meanwhile, they're making up more of the canon than she is.
No, they're not. These are people that have like gone deep lore, because she made a bunch of canon for the Pottermore website, which is like the official
really like
world building blog site essentially.
She's made up more canon after the fact and forgotten and changed canon over the years, which makes no sense.
Yeah, no, people are adding to the canon, people don't really have an issue with. Changing the canon is what she's been doing, and that's what people have an issue with.
It's almost like changing the canon of something established is bad without a really good reason.
Like,
oh
JK...
yeah, no, I've gone through. It's like, hey JK, like I've watched these Fantastic Beast films, and I'm like, that's not how that works. JK, do you know how that works? Do you know how I know that works? Because you fucking told me.
Yeah, like, what I was gonna say is that, like, J.K. Rowling has gotten to the point now that George Lucas was at after the prequels, where the fan base just really wants it taken away from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, now look where that got us with
like,
the
problem-
with Star Wars, though.
Well, that was because of Disney and Kathleen
Yeah.
Kennedy, Bob Iger.
Yeah, and let's hire people to make the movies that aren't fans of the series anyway.
Yeah, honestly, at the time, I never thought I'd say we would have been better off leaving it in Lucas's hands. I would have
They
never
hired one
believed
person who I thought. Well, they hired one person who I'm pretty sure is a fan. It's just the fact that J.J. Abrams is a fucking hack.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how Star Trek became an action film series.
Yeah. It's like you gave this man Star Trek, and he fucked that up, and now you want to give him Star Wars? What the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
Okay.
To be fair,
I will say this: the first movie was fine.
Yeah.
The first movie was fine. You can not like it, or you can like it. It's not that big of a deal either way. But it starts getting stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to hit all the fan spots and be an action series.
Yeah, the Kelvin timeline is kind of what set us up for where we are now, and where we are now is not great.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
I would much rather believe everything after Enterprise is Kelvin timeline. And I'd be much happier to believe that even Enterprise, a lot of the Time War shit is a separate timeline itself, separate from both Kelvin and the original.
Yeah. The temporal Cold War shit was that was not the strongest part of Enterprise.
No.
Honestly, never got that into Enterprise because whenever I'd watch it, that intro just irks me.
The intro does not bother me as much as it used to.
Like, the thing that, like, I was telling Pav, like, when he was asking me, it's like, Enterprise is really slow to get going.
It hits its stride in its final season, go figure.
When it hit its stride, it was actually, it's like, hey, this is actually pretty good. This is actually decent Star Trek. And then it got canceled. It's like, oh.
And you could tell they found out last minute because they had to, because those last couple of episodes to tie everything together were not good.
And the thing is that my biggest concern for Star Trek at this point is that the fan base is getting old. Like, have you seen Star Trek conventions?
Yeah,
these
the
people,
fan base is our age, my age,
like,
and older.
Like, the crowds are getting smaller, and you don't see a whole lot of young people. Mm-hmm. And that's because these new Star Trek shows don't engender that same type of following, that same type of passion that the original shit did.
Yeah. There's a whole episode of Star Trek TNG about how Picard doesn't like kids, but they wanted to have a Picard Day. So all the kids made little arts and crafts for him. That's the episode.
Yeah. I love that episode.
And it's a great episode. Because it's character driven. It's not an action driven show. It's all character driven.
And like
sometimes there's action that drives the narrative.
It was one of those great episodes that like really humanized Picard as well. Yeah. It's like, yeah, he's the stalwart, like commander and whatnot, but he's still human.
He's not perfect. He finds this uncomfortable. Yeah, but this was definitely... It used to be character-driven. It wasn't until DS9 that it started to get a little more action-y. But even in DS9, it was very much character.
Well, that's the thing. Like, with Deep Space Nine, like, the vast majority of our time is spent on the station itself. Like, it's not until, like the Dominion Wars really starts to kick off in like season 5, right? Like, it had been building up until that point, but
it did jump between the station and the Defiant a lot up until then. Once they introduced the Defiant, and even then, it was a slow flow from being purely on the station, which was all of season 1, and I believe all of season 2, pretty much, and then it started bleeding into having the Defiant, and it started going on to the Defiant more and more, and having off-site,
the way I always looked at the Defiant is that the Defiant's role in the show was basically like the away missions in TNG.
Yeah, but also it's Cisco's pimp hand. I don't care. That's a meme that will never die.
Yeah. But the thing with Star Trek is the conflicts are
intellectual,
moral, ethical, and interpersonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the conflicts that are explored in Star Trek.
Most of them are cerebral in nature, and the conflicts that aren't cerebral involve a lot of cerebral aspects.
Yeah, a lot of it's miscommunications, a mismove here. You interacted correctly with this person in this certain way. Oh, you weren't following that certain planet's laws, but you'd think those laws are immoral, so you're dealing with that, and now you're having a battle.
This entire war is because of a mistrust based on prior instances.
Yeah, there was a lack of knowledge or miscommunication that led to you doing a thing that was greatly offensive to these people.
Well, I'm thinking about specifically the Dominion War with the changelings.
with the founders. Like, the whole thing with that is that, they have a deep mistrust of, other races, the ones that they call solids, because of how they were mistreated in the past.
Misliked, mistreated, judged harshly, mistrusted. So,
and over generations and generations of that, they basically developed this philosophy where it's like, well, if they'll never accept us, then we'll just have to fucking subjugate them, so they have no choice.
Or more accurately, subjugate them so that we are protected.
A couple of things real quick. Katzen, I guess you're going to bed. Thanks for the bit.
We'll buy cats.
Thanks DNF for gifting a tier 1 sub to Biotech Babe. And then Pav, are you sure you're actually subbing? Because I have Streamlabs recent events open right now, and I'm not seeing anything from you. So I don't know what's up with that. I think that's on you.
Yeah, as Shanma kind of alludes to, Deep Space Nine, more than any other the Star Trek shows, really gets into the ethical and moral shit.
Yeah, which I love.
Because war changes things.
Well, there was a TNG had that Romeo and Juliet episode where they let that one guy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Onto the ship, and then all of a sudden, these 2 different planets wanted to take him as a prisoner. And
for different reasons. Completely related, although seemingly completely unrelated reasons.
It was a nice little twist.
Oh, it was fantastic. And just how they handled that storyline at the end.
Yeah, it's a show about diplomacy, not fighting.
It's a show about diplomacy and intellectual pursuits with a combat backdrop when appropriate and necessary.
Yeah.
It's a last resort. Every time.
Yeah. And I said, the whole thing with the main conflict in Deep Space Nine is basically what if you encounter a force that has no interest in diplomacy?
Yeah.
You know, like, and they played around with that a bit in TNG with the Borg.
Yeah, the Borg was a big... There were several planets that they visited that did that. Even Q was a bit disinterested in diplomacy until he lost his powers.
Yeah, but, like, specifically with the Borg, there's no reasoning with them. They're not here to be friends.
They are AI. We have to
There
take
isn't
over
even
everything.
diplomacy with them.
And then Voyager completely fucked that up, but we won't get into that.
You know, Voyager was a great premise, and it had great episodes. And to be honest, I'll love it till the day I die. But I can acknowledge it's one of the worst entries into Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's just the reason I love it is because it's the first Star Trek I really watched as a kid.
Oh, yeah, I grew up on TNG, so that's
Yeah.
that's why that's my.
I said I've always maintained that the biggest sin of Voyager was reducing the Borg to monsters of the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's.
I can't agree with that. It's definitely up there, but it's not the worst sin.
Well, like, for me, it was one of the worst sins because, like, the Borg were, like, they were the antagonist of, like, the Next Generation Star Trek era.
Did they become like the Daleks of Doctor Who?
Almost. Like, by the time Voyager is over, they've taken so many L's from a single Federation starship that it's embarrassing.
That doesn't match.
Especially when it's that single ship against several Borg cubes.
Yeah, those things constantly learn and adjust. I don't.
Yeah, basically, like, towards the end, it's just like, it's like, they're basically winning through, like, fucking ass pulls. Or like, oh, we got, like, this magic bullshit technology from the future. Okay.
Like the species 8472 storyline to get them across Borg space, I could see that on its own if it was handled much better. But even that was handled as shit.
It was fucking terrible.
No,
Because
no,
like,
it was. It was.
It's like all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, there's this other big bad from like this other dimension, and they just completely humiliate the Borg. It's a no contest. They curb stomp them.
Suddenly, the Borg and Voyager working together can destroy anything.
And then they immediately go back to hating each other afterwards.
The whole point of the Borg is that they're an actual threat. They took over Picard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I said, the mystique and the menace of the Borg loses pretty much all of its value over the course of Voyager.
I have a hard time going back to TNG and watching the Borg and feeling the same, that I did when I first saw the Borg.
Oh, man.
As I said, because by the end of Voyager, you're just used to seeing them get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Honestly, they needed to have Voyager running from the Borg to survive more often than beating them. And more often than not, Voyager was beating the Borg. It just doesn't work long term. If you're not limping away, glad that you're only missing like 4 crew members, and wondering how the hell you got away, it's no good. And even then, if you overuse the "we somehow escaped by the skin of our teeth," if you use that way too often, if you use it one time too many, it becomes the same thing that the Borg became. Oh, yeah, they may be powerful, but they're dumb enough you can just escape them. It's pretty easy. Voyager did it so many times.
They should have been the overarching threat of Voyager, but we should have seen them very rarely.
We should have seen them a lot less. Like,
Yeah.
when you're approaching their territory, you should have been able to stop by. They should have had like a small scene where they're talking to a local population about hotspots and known areas and safe passageways through there, and somehow in the process of that, that colony gets hit or something like that, and it's literally just having to limp away, and they're during a season they're crossing Borg space or something, and it's just you rarely encounter the Borg, but my god, do you come close all the time. Is it nebula hopping, dipping into gas giants, stuff like that, just to avoid the Borg? Turn it into a sub movie, effectively.
Yeah. Hold on. Vampire, shut your whore mouth. This is adult man nerd shit. We're not talking about who's gooshing inside of who. Create babies. Get out of here.
Also, just like to even like potentially like link like Star Trek to being anywhere comparable to like a soap opera. Fuck off with that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Voyager had its good moments. How it handled the Borg was not one of them.
Janeway was an odd case where sometimes they handled her really well, sometimes they didn't. Janeway could have been one of the most impactful and torn captains ever. Nope, she does what's needed and has no remorse.
She is so inconsistent.
Yeah. And Chakotay is just there to be the, I don't think that's a good idea. Well, I think you're wrong, and I'm gonna do it anyway. And also my spirit animal says to do this. I have the spirituality, so I will make sure that we can make it through this specific instance.
Sean saying the point of the Borg was that they were beyond reproach and their motivations ununderstandable. No, they wanted the best for everybody, and the best for everybody was to be assimilated.
Yeah.
The point of the Borg was to be so alien and so hostile as we see hostility, that it was hard to comprehend being in that position, but easy to understand what their motivations.
Basically, like what the Borg is.
They want to unify everybody by assimilation.
Yeah, what the Borg is at the end of the day is like they are the nightmarish end product of the technological utopia concept.
Yeah. Yeah. All the brain implants that Elon Musk is putting out. Borg.
You know, it's like, for all we know, like, the Borg originally started out with pure intentions of wanting to, like, end war, end suffering, like, stop strife.
Guaranteed, the Borg started out organic and started putting in implants, and slowly over time, in order to achieve the goal of unity and utopia, slowly got rid of their individuality and became what we see now.
Yeah, their whole point is still peace and prosperity.
Yeah, but the thing is that
but you have to assimilate to get that.
They've lost in their pursuit of this. They've lost all empathy and humanity whatsoever. You know, it's like we will make a utopia out of this galaxy, and no one else has a choice in how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
The Borg have become a machine intelligence, yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of
resistance is futile.
Yeah, and they're rejecting free will. And this is the best way to live. We will all survive this way. We will all be unified. We will all survive. Everything will be okie dokie karaoke.
Yeah.
If you just assimilate.
And as I said, like, they've completely forgotten, you know, to the point that,
they
like,
don't think for themselves.
well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
they are incapable of understanding at this point that what they're doing is horrifying.
Like one of the episodes in TNG when they dealt with the Borg, they tricked the main computer into telling everybody to go to sleep so that they could access the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, I don't know if it was ever spelled out, but I think that some people have speculated that, like, V'ger might have somehow been tied to it as well.
I'm horrible with names. V'ger. I'm trying to remember V'ger.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Oh,
Okay.
It was the Voyager probe that got sent back to Earth
That's
to find
right.
the creator.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember now.
And it's believed that, like, it was, if not the Borg, it was found by some other extremely advanced artificial machine intelligence and upgraded and sent back.
They think that the Borg was that machine intelligence.
Yeah. Skull, you didn't just bring this up.
I said that's just a theory, though. It's never been confirmed if V'ger was ever tied to the Borg.
Skull, we were talking about reboots and stuff. Somehow we got on Star Trek because of the Star Trek reboots, more than likely. And then, yeah, but if you wanted an explanation of Star Trek, here you go.
Yeah, like,
like
this always happens. Though. Like, this is like, it's worse than
it's Harry Potter, and then now we're talking.
Honestly, it's worse than food. It's worse than food for us. Because every time on this show that Star Trek gets pulled up, it turns into a 30, 45-minute conversation. Without
each of us have put our 1,000 hours into Star Trek, so it's...
Yeah, I've watched the shows multiple times.
Yeah.
Jables grew up with parents who were Trekkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really...
Sir, I mean, you can hear his passion. And it's to the point where we can recognize someone...
Every time you guys talk about Picard and, like, the actions that he makes, it's like, no! That's not fucking Picard!
That is true, Shanma. You actually are right about that.
Yeah. It's a minor cinematic or semantic detail, but it is an important one. You are correct.
Okay. By the way, Peak is spelled with an I. Not me.
Yeah. Like, their ultimate goal is still, like, this nightmarish technological utopia, but...
In their fucked up logic, that is peace.
Yeah. Which is why, and this might be controversial to say, but for as much as I like First Contact as a movie, I don't like the concept of the Borg Queen. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Nemesis,
when she
Nemesis
gets introduced,
really dug into that.
Not Nemesis, First Contact.
No, I said Nemesis dug into that.
Did it?
Yeah, Nemesis was all about the Borg.
No, it wasn't.
No, Nemesis was Picard's clone.
Oh, yeah, this is where, I keep
You always make this mistake.
Sorry.
But no, like, my thing was, like, when
it's
the
because
Borg...
of the green on the cover art.
Yeah, like, when the Borg Queen was introduced in First Contact, like, it took the Borg from, like, this, like, almost, like, uncomprehensible threat to, like, and there's, like, a central intelligence behind this, and it's fucking malevolent.
Yeah, how do you go from a decentralized intelligence with a continuity of experience to Okay, now it's just one major thing. You destroy that, you kind of cripple the entire system.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
fair.
that was that was one of the biggest issues of introducing the Queen. One of the biggest threats about the Borg was how decentralized the Borg are. You destroy one node. Well, there's like 3 more that can take over the tasks of that one node, and you really haven't done much. You destroy an entire quarter of a cube. Well, the other 3 quarters can rebuild that 1 quarter, and you really haven't done much.
Yeah.
Now it's, oh, you destroyed the Queen. Yeah, you've severely limited their ability to actually do anything anymore.
Yeah, and as I
Single
said,
point of failure.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, Sham, is that like the collective should have
they're-
never had a personality.
Yeah. Yeah, the
'Cause as
collective's
I
not
said, you're
supposed to have a personality. The collective's supposed to have a mission, not a personality.
Because like the way she's depicted in the movie, like she's not just like motivated by the Borg's goals. It's like she's fucking malicious.
Oh, yes, I like you, Picard.
Like she knows exactly like the suffering that she's inflicting, and you can tell she takes enjoyment from it. And it's like this isn't. I don't like this.
You might be able to make an argument on the drawing board that the Queen is supposed to be the figurehead, the face of the Borg that new civilizations are introduced to as they're being assimilated. But how they actually implemented the Queen does not fit that. Yeah, if you were to go that route, then the Queen is the same as any other Borg. It's just more convenient for the species that's getting assimilated to understand what's going to happen to them when you have what appears to be an individual talking to them.
Yes, and in that case, they would actually rotate out who the Queen was based on which species they were talking.
Correct, and that would make sense.
And also
they
the
didn't
fact
do
that,
that.
Like I said,
they did not do that.
She clearly has her own personality and she has emotions. Because when Data ends up destroying that like satellite thing, she reacts with rage.
Yeah.
And it's like that is not the Borg to me.
Yeah, she's more of a puppeteer than a member of the Borg in that certain.
Locutus made sense. Locutus as a concept makes sense. Locutus is what the Queen should have been.
Yeah, Sean, liking the character doesn't mean...
Yeah, she was a good antagonist.
Place.
It's just that I don't think that she should have ever been implemented.
It's a good character that doesn't necessarily
fit.
Make sense.
And as I said, you know, like I know there are people that'll vehemently disagree with me and call this a hot take, but like I did not like the introduction of the Borg Queen in First Contact. I really thought that was a detriment to the Borg as a fucking force.
Speaking of my hot takes, you want to hear a hot take that I had before the show? Stay tuned. Hang out afterwards. Can't say it on Twitch.
Oh my god.
Sir, you popped in right after I made the hot take, so
yeah. But anyway, to try and steer this back, I know it's kind of pointless at this point, but fuck it, I'll try it anyway. There is no need to reboot Harry Potter at this point.
Yeah. There's an excellent universe. That's why I'm excited for the game Hogwarts Legacy that's coming out, which takes place during like the Goblin rebellions in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Yeah.
Which is something that's happened. It's canon in the books, not necessarily in the movies.
You know, like If I were like in charge of Harry Potter, I would go like the old Star Wars expanded universe route.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like open it up to other people. You know, like other novels set in different time periods, comics, games.
Yeah.
I'd gatekeep a little better than I would gatekeep a little better than the extended universe did, but yeah, I think that's the better route.
There's so many things to play with because in the books they actually have like a wizarding history class, or like it's a history of magic. And
I mean, hell, you could do an entire thing on the founding of Hogwarts. You know, like the founders, Godric Gryffindor.
That would make an excellent series because there's a lot of stuff laid out in the books that like hint at a bunch of stuff of the interactions and the type of people that the founders were.
It's just like a wizard who used a fucking sword.
You already have baseline characters made. Yeah, we have information on. We already have canonized information on how Gryffindor got that sword. Like that's an interesting story.
There's a bunch of shit that you could do with like the universe that you've set up.
Yeah.
Like just like remaking the series. No, like those movies are still relevant.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to tell the story of the battle between Grindelwald and Dumbledore,
which they haven't been handling.
They're focusing on other characters.
Like honestly, like you could have told.
We're still 10 years away from the big battle.
Yeah, like honestly, you could have told this story between Grindelwald and Dumbledore in like 2 films max.
I would have liked it as a series because Dumbledore has a very interesting backstory, especially with his dad.
You know, like 3 maybe. Like the first movie is like all set up. It's like his youth and stuff with his brother and Grindelwald
and his sister. Well, his dad killed 3 people, and that's how they ended up moving to Godric's Hollow. And
you know, like had the first movie, you know, like be, you know, like how their friendship develops and how everything falls out between them.
I think a lot of Harry Potter stuff would play better in a series rather than films. It's easier to do. It's easy to do films when you already have books to base them off of. But if you're if you're doing a from scratch story in a universe, I think
that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Why part of the reason why I think these movies kind of failed is that they had no books backing them.
Yeah. Biotech Babe, Harry's dad had a really boring family. All of their riches came from a hair tonic that his grandfather made because he was a really good potion maker. That's it. Yeah. That's how Harry got all that money.
So, which is fine.
It's understandable.
I mean,
that's really all it is. He's had some family members that worked within the Ministry of Magic and stuff like that. Other than that, though, they got all of their money from making hair tonics so that wizards wouldn't go bald.
I mean, hell, like if you're gonna like go into like even like wizards that we know from the story that you could expand upon, there's a hell of a lot you could do with Snape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot you could do with Snape. You could also do the entire uprising of Voldemort.
Yeah.
Turn that into a series. That'd be great. I'd like to see that uprising in like what the first Wizarding War was with Voldemort.
Yeah, show us how this guy gained power.
You can end it with you can end it with how the story of Harry Potter technically starts.
Yeah. I'm totally cool with that. And there's enough information already included in the original books to build off of, to like really show how he rose to power. Because like there's like the second book where he's talking, where there's the diary that he talks to, and how he convinced them to expel Hagrid for killing and petrifying students, even though it was him with the basilisk. He convinced everybody that it was Hagrid with the spider. So, or the acromantula, if you guys want to get really nerdy about it.
Yeah, Aragog.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like I just looked it up. It's like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. That movie came out in 2011.
It's been
just over a decade. Years.
Just over a decade. There's no reason to reboot Harry Potter at this point.
Well, the money.
There is a theory that his lineage
that...
traced back to the three brothers biotech, but that's a fan theory.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of money you would make is the problem.
No, that's not a fan theory. That's been canonized.
Oh, okay.
Because here's the thing: is like if you're rebooting like the mainline Harry Potter franchise, like you have to recast all of it. Everybody has to be recast.
Getting
that's a huge amount of money in and of itself.
Also, the person that casted the original series did a damn good job.
Oh yeah. Hell, getting someone to play Harry Potter was a pain in the ass. Getting Daniel Radcliffe was a shot in the dark.
It wasn't even a shot in the dark. His parents didn't want him to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it was a pain to convince his parents to do it.
Yeah, they did not want their kid to be a movie star.
The only reason that he was even considered was because they just happened to be looking around while at a movie. Or something along those lines.
Yeah, he was seen in another movie. And Sean, that's not what happened. But yeah, he was like Christopher Columbus. Chris Columbus, the same guy that did Home Alone, did the first two movies.
Mm-hmm.
He saw Daniel Radcliffe play like a little poor boy in some sort of movie. I forget what it was. And he was like, I want that kid. That's Harry Potter. And they took a lot of convincing. They were going to film the entire series in LA. And Daniel Radcliffe's parents said, no. We live here. Is essentially what happened. And
they had all the negotiating power at that point.
Yeah, because Chris Columbus wanted Daniel Radcliffe that much.
Yeah, you know, and like it's not it's not just the fucking like the actors and shit, but like that movie series, like all 8 of those films, like had an army of fucking costume designers, set dressers, miniature artists, effects specialists.
Yeah, people included in like even the movies were made before the books were done, and Alan Rickman asked J.K. Rowling, like, what is the end of Snape during the filming of the first movie? Just so that he knew, like, his motivation throughout the entire thing. That's why Alan Rickman's so good in that series as Snape. Because he knew what the end was.
May he fucking rest.
He knew the motivation.
He was able to play, I fucking hate this kid, whilst not being, I fucking hate this kid.
Yeah. Like, you can't replicate Alan Rickman's performance as Snape.
Unless you had already known how it was going to end prior to that coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, to put this in perspective, you guys understand, These 8 films combined, worldwide box office, $7.7 billion.
Yeah. I saw Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 on opening night.
It's like, there is serious money in this franchise, but trying to remake all 8 of those movies with brand new cast and brand new crew and brand new script and screenplay, all of that, you would not make your money back. I guarantee you would not make your money back.
You're also dealing with a set of characters. You're dealing with a set of people. A majority of them had become fans. Like a lot of the adults had read the books to their children, or their children were reading the books.
My mom read the first book and gave it to me. She's like, "Here, you need to read this."
Yeah. A lot of the adults either read the books to their children, or their children were reading the books, so they wanted to be a part of it. And,
I'll be honest.
And a lot of the younger actors were actively reading the books already, and they were just fans of it. So you're dealing with a situation where you have a group of cast members that are fans, or their children are fans. So they have an active motivation to make it great for themselves.
I'll be honest. The only reason I started reading it is because my mom said that my cousin liked it. I couldn't make it past. Once I got to book 4, I couldn't read past. I could barely get into book 5. But I mean, the first couple of books were great, and then it just kind of petered out for me. I'm not a huge fan.
I stuck with it. Like, I got all the way through the 6th book, and I kind of checked out after that. Because the 6th book is such a long read. And then you finally get to the end of it, and it's just like, oh man, I'm kind of done.
Yeah, I couldn't finish. I could barely start book 5. I kind of lost it with book 4. I felt it wasn't the series it had been in books 1 through 3. But
we're talking about Harry Potter now.
Yeah, I was at the right age to start reading. I'll put it that way. I'm younger than both of you.
Yep.
That's for the audience, not for you guys. You old fucks.
Well, back in my day.
Yeah. No, when I first tried to get into reading the books, what happened was my mom heard from her church that it promoted witchcraft. And my sister, both of my older sisters, had already read the first book and started reading like the 2nd or 3rd. And
yeah, like it was just another.
I got one chapter in, and my mom took it away and said, "You're not allowed to read this anymore," and threw the books away.
Yeah.
Captain Lady, oddly enough, I'm a Ravenclaw.
I have no idea what the fuck I would be.
I don't know. People say I'm either a Gryffindor or a Ravenclaw or a Slytherin, and I have pretty universally people say that I would not be a Hufflepuff, but I have no idea what any of that actually means.
Definitely not a Hufflepuff. You'd be a Gryffindor, probably.
I love how Jables is just like sure that I would be an asshole.
Doesn't mean you're an asshole.
Yeah, but Slytherins are kind of elitists, and I don't consider myself an elitist.
The Slytherins shown are elitists.
Yeah, cats. I incorporate my nerdiness into my friends in a good time. That's a thing.
I'm gonna have to end up doing this fucking test to find out, aren't I?
Yeah, let's do it.
Like right now?
Nah, we don't have enough time. But do it sometime over the next week. We'll come back with the results. I'll retake the test.
Or we could do it next week.
Live.
Yeah, I'd do it live.
It's gonna be a lot of quietness. I don't like people taking the test.
No,
people watching. I like people just to take the test and then reveal their results.
No, I mean, like, we could talk about the questions as we go.
Yeah,
We don't have
I
to
don't
share
know.
each
Yeah,
other's answers.
but that gets you to think about them too much, and I think that's part of the problem. You need to just take the test willy nilly.
I feel like Harry Potter.
Rush through it.
That's not how I do things. So, like, if I take these kind of tests, I actually sit there and think about this shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I want to be
Think
certain
it
about
on your
my
own
answers.
time. But if you're talking about the questions and stuff, then that leads you to, like, if you're dealing with other people talking to you about the questions, then that can influence your decision. And I don't
I was
like
trying to
outside
create
influence.
chaos. You've ruined my fun.
Honestly, I feel that Hogwarts houses are just zodiac signs.
Yeah, essentially. I have a better idea. We take the test as a group, the three of us, and we let the audience decide what they think we should answer for each question.
Oh, that could be an absolute clusterfuck.
Yeah,
That is chaos. That is utter chaos.
that it's utter chaos.
I think I like this idea better.
But the payoff is so much better because it's who are us three as a group. And
So would we
have the
each
audience-
individually be doing it, or would they be like, "All right, all three of you are"?
I say we do it individually.
What
before
house does the show fall in, or what house does each host fall in?
What house
According
does
to the
show
audience.
fall in?
Yeah,
the show.
Like we'll each take it separately before next week, and then we'll take it together, the three of us, and then at the end we can reveal our individual results.
Yeah. So, okay. So we have two choices for when we take it as a group.
Shanma, I read that as Ezra instead of Eris first.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So when we take it as a group, we have two choices. Either the three of us argue over the questions, or we let the audience decide because of their perception of it.
I'm saying audience participation.
I'm saying audience participation. We can argue with it, but they get the final decision.
Yes.
Yeah, like we could argue with the audience about it, but they have final say. And as I said, at the end, after we get the results, we'll reveal our individual results.
Yeah, and I'm gonna retake it this week.
Alright, send me a link.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I'll need the link too.
It's literally just Pottermore.com.
That's too long.
I
can't remember it.
Sorry, they changed it to Wizarding World.
Of course.
Yeah, it's in the live show. So.
Yeah, I see it.
Pop, I think you, we have a pretty honest audience. They're not gonna do us dirty.
They'll do us dirty. They'll do us dirty intentionally.
Where's the thing? Where's the quiz?
It's in the
Yeah, you have to
live
go there
show.
first, and then
Blah.
there are several quizzes. Like you can find out what your wand is, your what your Patronus is, all that.
My wand would be anal beads.
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, yeah, you have to go to the sorting hat, and you have to sign in.
Ah, fuck that. There's gotta be an open source version of this.
Yeah. There
Hold on.
actually is. Hold on.
Yeah, we'll have to do that, because I ain't
I
signed
will
up for shit.
If I do this, I'm using a burner account.
Or we could
Yeah,
just avoid the
That
burner
brings
account
me
altogether.
that brings me to our sponsor, 5minuteemail.com.
Yeah, that is true. I could just do a temporary email.
Yeah, no, there are websites that you can create an email that only lasts for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll
And
just
once
do
you're
that
in, you're
then.
in.
It's not like
Just
the
long
website
enough to
has
verify
fucking
your
difference.
account, essentially.
Yeah.
I did not know this existed.
Oh, Pottermore?
No,
Wizardingworld.com?
temp emails. I should have
Oh,
known.
yeah.
How the hell did you not know that temp emails are a thing?
Oh no, I knew burner emails, but I didn't realize they had actual emails that only lasted like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're randomly generated as well.
Yeah. Yeah, here, let me... Yeah, there's 10minutemail.com.
It's really useful for like getting into shit that you don't necessarily want to give your personal information for.
Yeah, like, and doing like some free trial stuff and all that jazz. You know what, Shanma? I'm actually curious if that's a real website.
What'd he post?
5 minutes in mails.
Oh, how much does that pay?
It's not a real website.
You lied to me.
What are you talking about, Skull?
What are you so mad about?
Skull came up slithering.
About you. First name, John. Last name, Doe.
I could always use
Sean-
like a random like wizard name generator for my thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah, Shanma, I already have like 7 other domain names that I purchased that I'm still paying for, and I'm trying to track them down so I can stop paying for them.
Skull's a Hufflepuff.
It's fine to be a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, they're things of Badger. Badgers are cool.
Yeah.
Well, you don't like badgers?
Yeah, badgers keep to themselves. They don't bother anybody. They just chill the fuck out. They're talking about English badgers, not the U.S. badger.
No, American badgers are fucking murder balls.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, plus their common rooms are right next to the kitchens. You can go there and sneak some food if you want. Chill out with the house elves.
Tina, I'm a Hufflepuff. What's wrong with Hufflepuff, Skull?
I expected to get Hufflepuff. But I got Ravenclaw.
Kat seems to think that Pav is a Gryffindor.
Pav?
I don't know about that one.
Well, he was pretty brave falling down that cliff while he was pissing.
I knew that was coming.
But no.
How many of these questions are there?
There's quite a few.
Yeah, I'm not
it'll
doing
probably
it.
take you like 15 to 20.
Oh. So the show will be over in time for me to know.
No, we're just save it for next week.
Yeah. I said for me to know. I ain't telling the chat until next week.
So you're just gonna do the test right now?
Yeah, I'm doing. What do you mean going to? I am. I'm on question 7.
Okay.
Right then.
Yeah,
I guess we'll carry the show while you're busy.
There's somewhere between like 20 and 30 minutes. It depends.
You
on how
guys
long
do
you spend
anyway.
on, it depends how long you spend on questions like what kind of animal would you have and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
I don't need to do it.
Now,
my Patronus is also a beagle.
Hold on. Here's the question. Here's the other question. Do we reveal to each other our individual results before the show, or do we wait until after we get the show's result?
After the show's result.
Okay.
Because we don't want to influence their decisions.
Well, no, the audience is deciding. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we don't want to influence their decisions by.
No, he's talking about to each other. Like.
To each other? Yeah, no, that doesn't matter. I can tell you guys. You can tell me. I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna care.
I'm not gonna say shit about mine. Everybody will find out next week.
YTKW Hustlepuff, the House of Pimpamancy.
God damn it.
Oh, the Sorting Hat's ready to make a decision.
Yeah,
damn, that was quick.
Yeah, I probably clicked through real fast like a...
No, I didn't click through real fast. I just knew my answers based on the statements.
People are going to be able to masturbate to this. This is pretty fucking hot. I'm not going to lie right now.
Yeah, Cats, and he did the Pottermore thing, which is now wizardingworld.com.
Speaking of which, we still need a title for this episode.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to get it done, but audience participation time.
Yeah, reboots are lame.
I mean, that's one potential. Let's see if the audience has something better.
We plan for next week.
I think the title for next week is going to probably be Sorting Hat Shenanigans.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, next week it definitely is. Yeah, we could probably stretch that to a good hour, just arguing about the questions, even though the audience is deciding.
Yeah. I know, like, it's going to be a ton of fun. This is probably the most excited I've been about an episode in a while.
Yeah.
Nerds mad at make-believe. Fuck off, Shadma.
3 dudes talking about soap operas? Come on, Vampire. It's not soap operas.
My mother watched soap operas.
Yeah.
She still does when she can.
This isn't General Hospital we're talking about.
Oh, God.
We're talking about fully fleshed out universes.
What do you mean, rubbing it in Cat's face? The fuck are you talking about, Pop?
Oh, yeah, she's not going to be here next week.
Oh, no, that sucks.
It does suck. Want to delay it an extra week?
I don't know. When's Cat's going to be back?
Are you going to be back the
Never.
following week, Cats?
We could postpone for you, Cats. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already took the test, so I can forget moving forward.
Yeah. You're one of our most loyal subscribers and friends, so.
Yeah, but you could be here influencing the chat.
Hell, you
Yeah.
could be here in the channel.
Influencing the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we could wait for the following week. I don't see why we need to rush it.
No, we already know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is happening. Like, confirmed. I'm confirming it here. Jables and Rimshee will back me. This is happening. This is an episode that will happen.
We've already
But
got
if
the
we-
website up and ready to go. All it's
Yeah.
going to take is me creating a temporary email.
No, I say we do the actual show email.
All right.
Yeah.
Where's
Just
Sherman?
so it's logged. But if we are going to wait an extra week, I want you guys to do the Patronus and the wand test.
Yeah, we can do all three, I guess.
Damn, Cats, where are you going? You're making it sound like you're going to be gone for a month.
That
Real lives are not real, cats. And caffeine exists for a reason.
Pav, what are you talking about? I am paying attention to chat.
all right, Cat.
She hasn't stated why she's going to be gone that long.
Other than I has real life.
Where? Sad face.
She has work.
It's okay.
She
I'll
said
just
she
watch
has
the
work. Next week she has work. That is what she said.
Oh, for the next 3 weeks she has work. Yeah, okay, so we'll just do it next week.
Alright. That means
But
I don't
you
have
guys
to do
still
the...
have do the other ones anyways. You guys have a week.
Fine.
Rimshee, you got through the sorting hat quiz within this show.
I was actually reading that one. I'm not sure I'll read the Patronus or Wand one.
Okay, so next Saturday is work, then a birthday party, and then a LARP. So yeah, Cats is booked.
Alright. We'll do it without you.
Yeah, it won't be quite the same, but
I'll DM you the questions as they come up. So if you want to participate that way.
everybody else though, show up. Hell, invite people.
Yeah. Yeah, let's make it interesting.
Hey!
This is gonna
Maybe
be
I'll
an
use the
absolute
poll
shit
option
show.
next week.
What?
Huh?
I'm pretty sure we have the ability to do polls on the show.
Oh,
We do, don't we?
I'm gonna
Perfect.
look into that.
Pav, other than your show, what the fuck else do you do on a Friday? You'll be here.
Manage poll. Yeah, we can create new polls. So that's how we'll do the selection.
This is gonna turn into an absolute shit show.
I am looking forward to the chaos.
yeah. No, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm finally doing Harry Potter stuff with you guys. I'm so excited.
Like, I don't care that it's Harry Potter. That
No, I
doesn't
know,
interest me. It's
this
just
is
the
just gonna
utter
be good.
chaos. The utter fucking chaos.
Yeah. I'm into Harry Potter and chaos. Do you have any idea how excited I am right now? I'm so fucking hard.
Ah.
What he's willing to try could get him arrested.
Yes, my wand is anal beads, cats. Oh shit, the Elder Wand does look like anal beads, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of knobby.
That is my wand. Alright, we still need a title.
Yeah, come on. Do something, chat.
Do a thing! Participate!
Yeah, chat. What do you think the title should be? Elder Wand Anal Beads? I'm cool with that.
Great wand.
Harry Potter and
Grape
Chaos?
Wand?
No, that's more for next week.
Next week is Sorting Hat Shenanigans. I've already called it.
Sorting Hat Shenanigans? Yeah, okay, I like that.
Skull, you remember getting V-Wand? What's V-Wand? Also, Cat's suggestion. Rimshee has a great wand.
I like that one.
I can't confirm that. Mrs. Rimshee won't confirm it for me. So.
Just put a question mark after it.
All it took was looking over while we were at the urinal, dude.
Huh?
Rimshee has a great wand, question mark.
Yeah, Rimshee, there was a petition there. I was trying real hard, but I couldn't see shit.
Leave it ambiguous.
It's my theory. Rimshee has a massive dick. Just has
I mean,
that kind
something
of energy, you know?
Something has to make up for this personality, right?
Yeah, and that hairline.
Yeah.
Would you be shocked to know that I've got a millimeter Peter?
My only problem with Sean's Dina is that it's a joke that's been made a lot.
Hairy prostate and the Elder Wand.
If you've got a hairy prostate, you've got other issues.
Yeah. So I like cats as best so far.
Rimshee has a great wand.
Yeah. Just put a question mark on it though. Leave it ambiguous.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig it. The council has spoken.
Congratulations, cats! You is winner.
I've been trying to get Mr. Rimshee to talk about his dick for years now.
Like I said, all you had to do was look over while we were at the urinals that one time.
There was a partition. I tried. You're really short, dude.
I'm not so short that I couldn't hit the urinal, and you're tall enough you should have been able to look past that partition.
I didn't want you to know I was looking.
Oh, so now you're just a bitch.
Well, now if it's up for grabs next time, yeah. I'm just gonna look.
It's about the size of a banana slug.
Banana slugs are pretty damn big.
Yeah.
Not the baby
Yeah,
ones.
you're dealing with some weight.
Like if for anybody that hasn't seen a banana slug, it's like that's a big slug.
Yeah.
Not the
could
baby
probably
ones.
You could probably legitimately use sheath underwear. When I use sheath underwear, it just cups my balls. I got no room for anything else.
I have no idea. I honestly can't remember what we talked about the other day, Pop. I was fucking sick at the time, and it only got worse after that.
Oh.
Spice. What about? I have no idea.
What, spice? Like the shit you smoke? The stuff that people smoke instead of marijuana so that they can pass drug tests?
Oh, wait. I remember now. Yeah, Pav, if you want to do that, as I said, I'll do it again. I don't care.
Wait, what was it?
Oh, I was telling him about how I did the one chip challenge on the stream.
Oh, yeah.
And it got him interested in it. Because according to him, he really likes spicy things.
Okay.
And he asked me if I would do it again, and I'm like, hey, if you want to do it together on a stream, fuck it, I'll do it again. I don't care.
I'll do it. I'm down.
Hey, that's a third. We could all three experience it and be miserable together.
Yeah.
But
I throw out racial slurs when stuff's too spicy though, so just be prepared for that.
He gets spicier as his food does.
Yeah, like
depending on how hot it is, that's how spicy I get.
So Pav, either you keep an eye or like I'll keep an eye on it for when One Chip 2022 gets released. Because I'm not going to try and get one of the 2021 ones because they're on. You can only get them on eBay now, and everybody's overcharging for that shit.
Yeah.
I'll just wait for this year's challenge.
Yeah, when there's a new drop.
Wait for the next loot box, man.
The 2021 hurt pretty good.
All right.
So
Pav,
those first 15 minutes were unpleasant.
Pav, if you aren't gonna start your show, we're just gonna end it pretty soon.
Yeah, because I think we've basically covered everything. We've got a plan for next week, so.
Which was the most shocking thing of all.
Yeah, like we actually know what we're going to do next week, for sure.
And this week's not even over.
Yeah.
This has like never happened before.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take like 2 weeks off looking at articles, because what happens is we kind of cover one, and then we just shoot the shit.
Yeah, we have such a backlog now. You guys have no idea.
We have such a backlog. I've been deleting the backlog.
Yeah, we have
like we'll get the tabs will get so small, and I'll just go middle click for like a good dozen or two, and just get rid of a bunch of tabs because we've got that much of a backlog.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're up to like at least 100.
God, is it that many?
Like
already?
I said, I got rid of a bunch of them.
Oh.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3,
I mean,
4,
it wouldn't
5, 6,
surprise
7,
me.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 on my tabs that we have not yet read. And I deleted at least a dozen yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. Night, Skull.
Have a good one, Skull. Yeah, Pav, you should look into. Well, 6:30 start time is fine. We're just talking about rating. That's all.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to reach our cutoff time.
Yeah, I don't.
We're 4 minutes away. If
start.
you can't, don't worry. Like, it's probably going to take you longer than 4 minutes to prep everything up. We'll just go ahead and end the show, and, yeah.
Oh, going live right now.
Okay. Okay.
He's like, fuck it! Good, do it live!
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
I gotta wait for the actual raid indicator to come up.
I know, let me do my... We go through this like every fucking week.
The thing is, Cat.
I have an outro to do. Like
The
you
thing.
go ahead
Okay,
and
here's the
do
thing,
your
Cats.
shit.
Like we had a relevant article, like a recent article pertaining to food. We just didn't get to it tonight.
We didn't talk about food for the first time. Holy shit! Oh wait, no, Jelly Bellies.
No, that was before the show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we didn't talk about food for the first time. All right.
Well, we could
Hey,
remedy
congrats.
that right now.
Shut
High
up!
five, everybody.
Shut your whore fucking mouth, Rimshee.
Pretzel bread.
Candy is food, Cats. It's not good for you food, but it's still a food.
If it's
Nope. I see what you're doing. We're not talking about this.
All right. Thank you.
okay,
everybody, for
no,
joining
you
us.
got nothing as a German, Cats. If you want to pull that thing, you got to be French, and even they don't have a monopoly.
Yeah.
Fuck. Damn, man.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our Star Trek and Harry Potter episode.
Star Trek and Harry Potter podcast.
Yeah. Next week it's going to
Spaceships
be
and
our most
wizards.
Harry Potter, where we're going to take the Sorting Hat quiz for see how you think this podcast itself, us three as a whole, fit into the wizarding world. I'll see y'all next week.
See you next week, everyone. We are rating. We are rating POV stream right now. Good night.